welcome to Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Inky, and today I will be playing. I will be playing two UFOs, actually. Briefly, briefly one other, but mostly another. With me is the very talented and lovely.
Oh, you were referring to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hi, I'm Yuni. I'm gonna be playing a guy who's not a UFO. His name is Larry.
He's an unidentified walking object.
Yeah, he can fly if he's got his bike.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But still relatively identifiable.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's pretty high profile now, so he's an identifiable flying object.
Oh God, it has been a long time, and yet it's still weird to me that this man is a celebrity. he, he is never going to get used to it.
Yeah, no, I don't imagine he would be. But yes, in any case, this FPS takes place after the events of Hark, a Spark. Um, but probably just about a week after it, if I'm thinking time wise. And if you haven't heard the events of that, you don't need to, but it makes this game make a lot more sense. But with that in mind, we are actually going to start with you, Larry. Um, what are you up to?
Um, Larry, it's been a quiet stretch of time for him. Mostly he's been doing a lot of practicing his wood carving.
Oh,
Um, yeah, so he's probably uh maybe picked up some paints to prepare some of his little rough hewn pieces with, and is heading towards the prop studio.
that's really
Like
cute.
he's not he's not in there, but he's heading across the studio with
Yeah,
some of his newly picked up supplies.
yeah, yeah. Um, I think at this point, Larry, as you're walking along, um, you you're walking down the hall and you hear a kind of muffled. And if they don't say anything, then no, I don't want to force them to talk because that would be rude. I'm told that would be very rude, and maybe
Um, Larry would like to identify where the murmuring is coming from.
it is coming from. Actually, Larry, look up.
Oh,
uh, Up, you look above yourself, and a little ways up in the ceiling near the rafters. They're everywhere. Um, you can see uh, a familiar little creature kind of just you'd say pacing back and forth, but they're flying. They've kind of unfolded into their winged mode, and they're just kind of flying. They're pacing back and forth on the same little beam of wood, and they are
oh.
talking to themselves.
Um, gonna back up a few steps so he can get a better look at them and watches for a second. Um,
And
hey, you
maybe
good?
oh oh, and the the little critter looks down and grips the end of the beam to look down at you, and they go, "Oh, um, oh, I've met you before." Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you're
I
one of those guys.
And when the UFO kind of tilts their head a bit, and they go, "I am. I do not think I am a guy. I am M1A.
Oh,
You are. Oh, you are Larry Teacher."
um, if that's how you want to refer to me, I guess.
Um,
Yeah, Larry.
Larry, Larry. So, Larry. Okay. And they dart back. They dart down to your level, Larry. And they wave hello.
He waves back. He like has one of his little things of paint. He lets it like slide back to loop over his elbow so he can wave.
I
Um, you I mean, I'm not gonna if you don't want to say it, but you sort of seem like you have something on your mind. You good?
um M1A M1A's one of M1A's antennae droops to the side and goes, "Oh, well, yes, I suppose I was not being very quiet." Um and they kind of wring their hands a little bit, and they say, "I I there is a problem that I've observed with my friend." And
It's Cody.
yes, Cody, um, they are. I am not sure what is wrong with them.
Um, I mean, I'm gonna, you probably have, but I'm just gonna ask. Did you try asking?
I And M1A, they frown a bit and they say, "I have asked once, and then they did not respond, and then
Uh,
they did not speak, and they have not spoken to me for." And they count out their 3 fingers on one hand, and then 3 fingers on their other hand, and then their thumb on their hand again. "They have not spoken to me for about a week, and now I'm wondering if they are sick."
hmm.
And
Yeah, that's not great.
and what's worse is that before before this week they seemed very happy. You see, they almost never leave the house without me, but they were doing it, and it was very good to see. And now they haven't left the house at all. And well, they do not seem to want to talk to me.
Hmm.
And I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to get them to, because that cannot be good for them.
I mean, probably not. You hold on. I think I heard from boss. You live with the professor, right?
And when they perks up at that, and they say, "Yes, We live with Wudlig, Professor.
Right. And he doesn't know nothing? They haven't talked to him?
And Monet kind of crosses their arms and says, no, they haven't spoken to him either. And I'm gonna actually roll history really quick. That's a nat 20. All right.
Oh, well then.
Well then. And suddenly, M1A perks up and says, Statement, I have an idea.
All right, hit me.
No, I do not want to do that. So I think, and they start flying around as they speak. When I first came to Einquell, I had many problems and many secrets, but there were some very kind strangers that were easy to talk to. Or people that I didn't know very well, and then I could talk to them. And so, wait, and then they turn to you, Larry, and they go, wait, and Cody friend got along with you, and maybe the reason Cody friend cannot speak is because they know me very well, and then, no. So maybe you can help. Maybe you are a new angle. This is
you want me to go talk to your friend?
Yes. This is what I've learned.
I mean, yeah, I only talked with Cody the once, but
well, and then
they seemed like a.
And then suddenly M1A kind of withdraws and goes, "Oh, but is that rude? Would that be rude to ask you? Is this a request? Or is this
No. You're not being rude. You're worried about your buddy. I mean, I can give it a shot. I just I'm not the best at talking, so I can't promise I'll be good at helping, but if you're worried about your buddy, I can I don't know, try.
And M1A nods and goes, "Oh, well, if you're not good at talking, I think that is okay. I do not think Cody is very good at talking either."
Huh. Yeah. Sometimes not talking can be just as good, as long as you're with someone else who doesn't mind not talking. So yeah, how about this? I will go check them out. And who knows? Maybe something.
Maybe something is better than maybe nothing.
Yeah. I mean, maybe nothing also, but...
Yes, maybe implies the possibility of there being other than something.
Yeah. But you know what? He sort of hesitates and then gives M1A a little sort of like pat on, I guess, the shoulder equivalent, top of the armpit.
Yeah.
and then shifts the paint bucket again and goes, yeah, it's good of you to be trying to look after your friend. So I'll do what I can to help out.
I thank you, but I also I I want to know what's got them so worried, but if you could even just maybe make them feel a little better, that would also be good.
Generally feeling better is ideal. You if they're up for it, if they'll even talk to me, I don't know. I'll try to nudge them to talk to you. Maybe even you gonna be around the studio for a bit?
M1A nods and says,
Yes, I like it here. It is busy. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's not, but there are many things.
Yeah, there sure are.
But yes,
A good spot.
I will stay here.
Cool. Well, if they're up for it, maybe we can take a trip over and you two can catch up.
I would.
We'll see. Again, promises not my thing. But
at that, M1A kind of just thinks a little bit and then just does a small bow and says,
I thank you for your assistance, Larry friend.
sure, no problem. And then he does very, very slow, uncomfortable finger guns. One a friend.
When they kind of they look at the gesture for a bit and they do the same kind of thing with their they try and do finger guns back. They're a little bit confused. They've never seen this gesture before.
It's just a sort of, cool guy move. And hey, you're cool. We're cool together. Pew pew.
We are cool together. Pew pew.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna put these down. I don't want to carry pain to the professors.
I can put them somewhere if you like.
He like sizes up M1A and sizes up the paint cans. Offers one just to like see if they can take it.
All right, let's do a strength roll.
Yeah, just do a quick strength check.
Okay, strength check. All right. Yeah, that's 7 minus 1. That's a 6. They go clank.
Oh, they just clank.
Yeah, they go clank.
He goes, oh, okay. Sorry.
It's all right.
No worries.
I can drag it.
Oh no.
Go see Cody. I will handle this.
Okay. We'll just leave this here and I guess okay. Pew pew. Bye. He just like feels bad, but also it's like he's not gonna tell them no.
And you hear a strained
pew pew. Bye.
Bless.
free.
Yay!
Yay!
That being the case, I think Larry he hasn't actually visited the professor a whole lot. Like, obviously they are acquainted, but
Yeah.
he hasn't really
Yes.
been to the location.
Yeah, he hasn't visited. Yeah.
So, but the information on that information would be at the studio.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure.
absolutely. Yeah.
And the professor.
Yeah.
Or buds.
Yeah.
It's probably, I don't know, a little later before he's able to actually figure out how to get there.
Yeah, yeah. You have his business card, I think. Like, or...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost certainly.
Well...
And...
Well,
I guess what it mainly comes to is he, like, rings the doorbell and just waits.
You don't hear a response at first. All right, time to swap character sheets.
I think depending on how long it takes, like he's going to do the like ringing but holding on to the bell for a little longer.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if there's still no response, ringing and holding on a little longer.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Oh boy, dice.
How good is Lara's perception?
Okay, so that's a 13, and Larry's perception is +0, so 13.
Well, I think you see, you hear a little creak from somewhere, and you hear it from a bit lower down on the door.
Is there a mail slot?
There's a mail slot. And it's...
yeah.
And it's swung open a little bit.
He is going to crouch down.
You. Hello.
Hey, Cody.
Hello, Larry.
And they seem to dart. You only see like their glowing eye and crossed out eye in the mail slot, and it's like darting back and forth. And they go,
Is anybody following you?
He will stand up, and he will turn in a slow circle. I guess I'll roll another perception check. Well, he got a 6.
Got a 6.
So he crouches back down and goes, "That looks good."
And Cody kind of nods and says,
Okay,
and the mail slot goes ka-chink, closed, and you don't hear a bunch of locks being opened as I'd hope there would be, but for some reason, whenever they unlock the door, you get that feeling.
Sure.
Yeah.
Spiritually opening up a billion locks.
Yeah. And with all their strength, Cody pulls the door open as hard as they can. They get it to about a crack.
Cool. And Larry just goes, is it cool if I come in?
Please come in very quickly, please.
Cool. He slips in very, very quickly and helps shut the door behind him.
And
just looking at Cody, how are they doing?
Look, they're not hiding it. They're looking a bit frazzled. One of their remaining antennae actually looks a little bit zigzaggy.
Oh.
Their wings are they're in their winged mode. Their wings are kind of perked up, and they are wringing their hands a bit.
Larry friend.
Yeah. What's up? Cody friend.
And
I heard you I don't know, weren't maybe doing so hot, and I wanted to, I don't know, check in on you.
and Cody's wings droop a bit, and they say,
You wanted to check in on me? Oh, that,
and they seem to sag a little bit, and they go,
that's very... That is nice. That's nice. Thank you for... Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I only, M1A was, looking pretty worried and, told me you were closed off and, full disclosure. They asked if I could check in, but...
And at that, Cody kind of, they tense up, and then they go,
Yes, they... Yes, they would be worried, wouldn't they?
I don't wanna, you don't gotta tell me anything if you don't want to, but, are you, like, upset with them or mad at them or anything?
What? 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 No, I wasn't upset with... No. Oh.
and they kind of cover their head, and they go,
No. No, it's... I did not want to tell them... Larry friend, the other day I learned something... I learned something bad, and the right thing to do would be to tell M1A about it. But it is difficult because I do not want them to worry. But they are worrying anyway, and it's hard to talk about.
It's okay. I don't know too much about your situation, but again, you don't gotta tell me anything you don't want to, but maybe it'd be easier to get it off your chest if you just told someone who wasn't involved.
And at that, Cody kind of, they tilt their head, and they go,
someone who isn't involved. Well, that would be very difficult because, as far as I know, everyone could be involved.
And they trail off and go,
Asterisks, everyone could be involved.
Well, that's a big thing to carry by yourself.
and Cody kind of sighs and they say,
I guess it is. I guess I was hoping it would go away. But no, if it's this big, if it's coming, if it's sending sentries here, then maybe, but it's so hard to tell, and I don't.
Hey. I think when we get scared of stuff, it gets real easy to hope that the problem will go away. And you know what? Sometimes it does. But, and this is just me talking from my experience, staying hidden, not talking to anybody, and not going outside means you never find out if it went away or not. And so you just keep being scared forever.
and at that, Cody kind of, they deflate and they go,
That sounds like a long time to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
And they look over to the side of the room. You're in the lounge room, by the way. You're in the entry hallway / lounge room, and there's basically, you can see now, Larry, that there are little kind of like little rest platforms for the UFOs kind of set up here and there that Wudlig has incorporated in. And there's also a little, basically a nest box for one of them, for them in the corner. Cody kind of turns and drifts over to it. They take out a cushion and they remove an opened satchel package from below it, and they go over to, and they carry it over to the dining room table. And Larry, if you want to roll perception, I don't know if would it be perception or investigation, I guess, to see what they're carrying.
I think investigation is if he's actually like trying to look closer and get more out of it.
Yeah, if he wants.
And perception is just
yeah. Well, if he wants to
it.
investigate, then
sure. Yeah. Let's see. What's my plus on that? Oh. Okay. Rolled really good.
Oh, wow,
So
okay.
that's 19.
Oh, wow, okay. Larry, I don't know if this name means anything to you, but you clearly see the name Echo LeBlanc uh, written on the package, and and poking out of the open satchel are files, and Cody has neatly deposited them uh, onto the dining room table in the middle of the room in plain sight. And
He's gonna walk up beside them to look over what they've got. I think this Echo has a show, like a radio show, right? Um,
actually, I think it's Road I-and who has the radio show.
right.
Echo just
Okay,
listens to it a
right.
lot because
all them UPA witches.
yeah. The trio of blue UPA witches.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Larry has never met Echo, but I think it's possible he knows the name.
Yeah. She's an investigative reporter, so
Yeah,
there's a chance
yeah,
that he's at least glimpsed a lot of a few of her articles or stuff like that.
yeah. And he sort of looks over the files briefly, and he says, this is what got you freaked out?"
And Cody kind of nods, and they say,
Most of it is things I already knew, but Echo, she found information that I had no idea about, and I'm going to leave this here for Wudlig Professor, so that he knows. But right now, and they steel themselves and they go, right now I think I need to speak to M1A.
And then they kind of deflate.
If I can speak to M1A.
I mean, yeah, you can. They want to speak with you. They're worried about you. He's looking over the file, so just making sure, because I know the gist of what happened with the last FPS, but it's basically like other saucer sightings have happened.
Other saucer sightings have happened that were not M1A or Cody. And to Larry looking in, this is just kind of like, oh, more of you. But to Cody, who probably hasn't clued Larry in on what that means.
I think like Larry, he can intuit at least some of what that means.
Yeah.
And he looks over, some of the reports or pictures and goes, these guys are not friends of yours, I take it.
And Cody's remaining antenna droops, and they go,
no, I do not think they are. We are and they think a bit, and they go, "We are M1A and I are perhaps now classified as defunct or defected."
Well, the good news about that is you guys didn't do it by yourselves. It's a lot easier to deal with everyone being mad at you when you know you're not the only one doing it.
And Cody kind of, they give a small nod. It is. And they frown and they look at the pictures again, and they go, I do not know why they are here. I do not know if they are looking for me and M1A, or if they're looking for other things. I do not know what their directive is. But if it is in the name of the Great Machine, and they kind of trace around where their damaged eye is, then I do not think it is good. It can't be good.
Well, how about this? I know where M1A is, and if you're worried about these creepos seeing you, then I can help get you there.
And Cody, they close the file folder and look up at Larry and go, oh, yes, I have tried to leave the house, but it is difficult. I tried a box, but even then, that didn't work. I kept bumping my head on the top.
Well, if you want, I can, I can carry a box if you want to be in a box, or we can find something else for me to hold you in that'll keep you nice and secure.
And Cody kind of looks around the area. A box. And I guess they'll roll to find a box.
I guess that's, investigation.
Yeah, investigation. That's a dirty 20.
Nice.
They find it's a little bit rumpled, but it has like the little the slots on either side that serve as handles, and it's very light and a little bit flat, but they hold it above their head and they go, I found a box. And they put it over their head.
and he sort of crouches down to sort of like peer through the little hole handle in the side.
And they
He
peer
goes,
back.
Is that comfy for you?
And I'm actually gonna roll something else really quick. Larry, you notice they're trembling just the slightest bit, but they go,
No, I can see out, so it should be okay.
All right, let me here. And he puts his hands on it so he can lift it up and goes,
yeah.
you can sit in there and relax, and I'll keep you safe, all right?
And Cody retracts into their UFO mode, and they settle down at the bottom of the box, and they go,
Okay.
and then they kind of look up and say,
I will keep a lookout as well. So I can help keep you safe in turn.
Yeah, we'll watch each other's backs.
Okay.
He very gently, like, he makes it so that like the lid is closed, but it's not like shut.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. And he starts to carry them to the door, but he pauses before reaching the knob, and he again lifts it up so he can look in through the hole, and he goes, I know you want to talk to your friend, and I'm gonna take you to them, but is there anywhere else you want to go? Just, and you've been too scared to, because I don't mind being chauffeur.
And Cody actually blinks at that and goes, and they think for a little bit, actually, and they go,
there is. I have heard about. There is a record shop. I don't need to go there. But
Yeah.
That was the next.
You know what?
Oh.
That sounds like a place that I've been meaning to check out. This works out for me.
Oh.
Real convenient.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yes. Record shop, and then we go talk to M1A. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Got an itinerary. You just you sit tight, and I'll get you there.
Okay. I will.
With that, he, carefully, he like makes sure that it's like turning the knob. They know what's happening.
Yeah.
Opens the door.
Yeah.
And steps out. And I think I'll do a quick roll just to see. Oh. It's the same perception
Oh
check as
no.
last time. So yeah, that's a 7.
Yeah.
No, a 6.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, yep, looks good.
Looks fine. There's nothing there.
And he starts heading in the direction of the record shop. I guess do want to make one quick check, because I can't imagine it's difficult, but just for the sake of being sure.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
good is he at? Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
I thought it was a bad roll, but then I realized, like, no, it's fine.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure he was, balancing the box well, not going to be shaking around at all.
Yeah. This UFO just goes around like a maraca.
No.
No.
Yeah, he rolled fine on that.
Okay, good.
And I think for a few minutes of the walk, he's just going in silence. But after a bit, he sort of, quietly, but loud enough for them to hear, he asks, "Do you like living here?"
I think the question catches Cody by surprise, and they go, what? Oh, do I?" And suddenly they go, I love living here. Sorry, that was strange. Well, it's nice here, and I was, where I came from, I was a mere spark, and I was a sprocket, and all I did was spin around in circles all day, and I didn't really have any friends until I met M1A, and so, but here, it's really colorful, and nobody tells me off for singing, and nobody wants to throw me into the compactor either. If I think about it, that's perhaps a very, very low bar, but Wudlig professor is very kind, and so is engineer, and so is Marcel friend, and I've met so many nice people here. So of course, I love it. I love it here. I love living here. Love is a strong word, but that is how I feel, and so it's strange to. Maybe that's why I'm pretty scared.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like this place is very, very different from where you were before, and like you said, low bar to cross, but
Oh.
I think getting to know things that are different than what you're used to. Well, for good or for bad, it's important. So I'm glad you made it here.
I am glad to. Larry, did you know that
Yeah.
there is a lot more candy here too?
What, they don't do a whole lot of sugar where you come from?
No, we only had sustenance cubes. They didn't really have any
Oh,
sugar.
well, that's just a crime, isn't it?
Mm, mm.
How about this? After the record shop, maybe we can stop by somewhere to get you some candy?
What? What? No, but then M1A. Oh. And then they think of it. M1A might like some candy too.
Yeah, you guys can share it.
Yes. But first the record shop, and then the candy store. Yes, but then we have to go see M1A. Yes.
Sure. All right. I think he takes them to the record shop without any other much conversation. He's just doing some thinking.
Yeah.
Um,
I think in the record store there's some tunes playing from like a record player, and Cody. When this happens, Cody is just sitting in silence, and you can hear kind of a tilting back and forth from inside the box, Larry.
mhm. Once they are securely inside, he sort of places the box on a countertop and goes, "All right, you want to come out, or do you want me to get something for you?"
And Cody kind of, they gently poke their head out from like the lid of the box, and they look around a little bit and they go, oh, and they kind of, they slip out. They're still in their UFO mode and they're cautiously looking around. They'll roll perception really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Where is perception? There it goes. That's a 10. They kind of go, and they just kind of slip back into their box.
No worries. Were you looking for something, or did you just want to enjoy the music?
I kind of just wanted to enjoy the music, but I've heard Wudlig professor said that there were some songs for children, volume 375.
All right. Give me a sec. He's gonna roll perception. Nope, I dropped my dice.
Oh no!
Okay. I dropped it, and when it landed on the floor, it was a 1, but that doesn't count.
Oh, that doesn't count.
The real roll is a 14.
I think you find it. It's pretty brightly colored among all the kind of muted jazz kind of discs.
And Larry, he comes through it and he's like, all right, they've got volume 248, they've got volume 134, they've got volume 16. Oh my god, there's so many. Okay.
I think Wudlig professor has at least the first 200.
Oh my god. Okay.
But
Well, and yeah, just thumbing through it and being increasingly more bewildered as he goes. But eventually he does just like, okay, I think hmm. He holds it up and sort of holds it handle level with the box and goes, is this the bad boy?
And Cody kind of squints at it and goes,
yes, track 13. Yes, this is it. This is it. Oh, thank you. Oh, I mean,
and they go quieter.
thank you.
Nice. Hang on a sec. I wanted to check, and he is going to uh put the box down briefly as he thumbs through a few more discs. And I'm gonna real quick do one other roll.
Okay.
Okay, good. He walks off like he still keeps very much within view of the box, so like Cody does not have to worry about him
Yeah.
like leaving, but he is going further down the aisle as he is sort of picking through the various things, and I think Cody is going to have a brief startle as for a second it sounds like someone is starting to open the box, even though you can see Larry at the other end. And thankfully the perception roll that I just did for Larry was a nat 20.
Awesome.
So before anything unwanted or unexpected can happen, he just lets out a hey, fingers off.
And Cody's like,
you hear you hear someone, oh sorry, I thought that maybe there would be it's mine, leave it, not merchandise. Shoo, get out of here. Fingers to yourself, creep. I'm like, oh, but I wanted to check if they had my favorite issue of They Could Be Large. It's not They Could Be Large. Go away.
They don't have Dr. Caterpillar.
And like as he's scolding them, he very firmly just like marches over and takes your box back under his arm until you hear the reluctant shuffling away of the interloper.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom save.
Oh baby.
That's a 13, which isn't terrible, but they're not great. They're pretty alarmed at that. You can feel trembling in the box.
Larry friend,
and they take a breath and they go,
I'm not a record.
No, you're definitely not. Same shape, but I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
And they kind of tap at the box and they go,
maybe this isn't a very safe. Maybe I should just go back and I'll wait and.
Hey. Hold on. Uh, I have an idea. Give me a sec. And he goes over to like it's a corner where like people can potentially sit down, listen to
Oh, like a listening
some of
booth.
their tunes at a little pot. Yeah,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little listening booth.
yeah.
And he settles in there, and um, once they're sort of in the private space, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna open the lid. You okay with that?"
Um, and Cody kind of looks at the space a bit, and they go, okay, okay.
He opens it up and he goes, "If you want to go back, I'll take you back. But if you want to keep going, then I've got somewhere else you can hide." Uh,
Cody tilts their head, and they go, oh, you have another place?
I mean, you're about the right size for it, so and he hesitantly he lifts up his hoodie, and Cody can see that it's empty inside. Goes,
I think Cody's gonna roll another wisdom save because that's very unexpected. 14. So I want to say they are visibly startled, but they go, ah!
yeah.
Larry? Larry?
Yeah.
Where? Oh,
Hey.
uh, where?
And they kind of investigate closer a little bit at the hood, and
Yeah.
I guess, is the mask still upright, or is it kind of...
Yeah, the mask is still in place.
Yeah.
I guess make a quick perception check.
Yeah. 15.
15. I think that's good enough for him exposing himself thusly, and
Yeah, yeah.
them the hoodie front being lifted, and as they look, they can see there's just sort of the dark of a shadow along the back of the hoodie and running up and down it, and one of his like the sleeve of his arm goes limp, and suddenly you can see a little shadowy hand reach down from like inside the body of the hoodie to wave at Cody. He goes, yeah, this is my deal.
uh,
It's how I get around, but it's
And
got space.
Cody kind of thinks on this. Cody is like quiet for like a few moments, and they go,
you are operating a shell. You, we both operate shells. Oh, I see.
Yeah, we're kind of similar like that.
and Cody, and Cody kind of, they're still kind of floored because they've seen though they've compared likenesses, they're still like, they have never seen anything like this before. So they stare for a few moments longer, and then they blink back to reality and go,
Wait. You mean to say I should hide in your shell?
I mean, yeah, if you don't feel safe about the box anymore, then you know, no one's gonna try and, lift up my shirt except for me. Um,
Uh,
I think it's you know, been
And,
fairly secure for me so far.
and Cody kind of, they think a moment and they go,
th- this won't hurt you, will it?
Oh, that's kind of the cool thing. I don't really feel a whole lot. So nah, you good. Um
Oh, oh, okay. Um, well,
and they take in a breath even though they don't need to breathe. Uh,
I. Okay, yes. Let's try this. I will hide in. I will hide in your shell.
cool. Um and he yeah, tries to lift it wide enough for them to get snug in there.
Cody unfolds into their winged mode because despite how compact their UFO mode is, they they feel like it'll be easier to like uh, not to hit the walls of the hoodie if they've
Yeah,
got their
yeah.
wings
It,
down.
it might it might look a little
It
bit
might look a
like
bit weird.
Larry. He's trying to do a very poor job smuggling out records
Yeah.
if they stay in
Yeah.
the UFO mode.
Yeah. They pop in and they look up and they can see the light filtering in from like inside from I guess the holes in Larry's mask once he's put the
Yeah,
hoodie back
yeah.
on. In fact, they kind of
And
peer up to around where the mask is.
um and Larry in there with them is just like, all right, you can peek under the mask or through the mouth. That's fine, but I do kind of need the eye hole, so just
And
don't block that.
they lower back down a bit to make sure that they're not obstructing the eyes. They pointedly put their remaining antennae down so it doesn't interfere with.
Thanks. All right. You he like awkwardly pats at his chest to make sure everything is secure.
Yeah.
Goes, you comfy?
um,
And they kind of go,
it is yes, yes.
Sweet. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. He's trying so hard to be like completely, disaffected,
chill about
not
this.
bothered, but also this is actually a huge thing for him to
Yeah,
offer
yeah,
someone.
yeah, yeah. Me, the player, is like, holy shit, Cody. Oh, this is nice. Should Cody roll insight?
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So that's dirty 21 because
Oh man.
their wisdom is pretty big.
Um, yeah, they can tell as he's like sort of straightening himself out, making sure his hoodie is tucked back in and everything, and he is trying very hard to look cool, but there's a sort of stiffness to his movements that wasn't there before that they can tell that he's actually um not freaked out, but yeah, a little bit I don't know.
Uncomfortable.
kind of uncomfortable, a little bit sort of shocked with himself for having offered this.
And I think
he's like, yeah, go ahead.
I think at that Cody is suddenly,
Larry, is there anything I can do to you are making things very like a lot more comfortable for me, but is there anything I could do to make things comfortable for you?
I mean, don't go jostling too much, but you know, what's most important to me is getting you to your buddy. I better pay for these records. Hold on.
Okay.
You just stay low, and yeah, we'll be on our way. And he very like quickly, compared to his sort of leisurely pace before, he's very quick about like paying for Cody's record and the couple he picked out for himself. And speed walking out of the shop.
Yeah.
And he's still like, the box is empty, but he is now got it tucked under his arm.
Yeah.
Holding the records in there, probably.
Yeah.
And after a minute, he goes, it's not the same as what you've got, but before I was me, I had a job sort of that I was always real happy I didn't have to do that anymore. I really like to be a person. And
Cody.
I don't like seeing people be scared that scared of not getting to be themselves or whatever. So, it's not the same thing, but I think it's really cool that you and your buddy made it here and get to be you. You know?
Cody is a little quiet at this. And they go,
You were not a person before you came here, too?
Yeah, I I mean, it's
Were you part of something else? And then
yeah, I was. And I think that's something else. It wasn't a bad thing, but I don't want to go back to it. Before I met the engineer and Shorts Kid and all those guys, I spent a lot of time just sort of, I don't know, wandering, trying to be anywhere but where I was. And I gotta be honest with you, at first I didn't like living here so much. I thought it was too loud and too noisy and too many people, and
Cody actually quietly laughs at that.
Yeah. But I kind of settled in because of the folks I met, and found out that even though it felt like too much at first, kind of like it.
This place.
So.
This place is a lot. It was hard for me to get out of the house on my own a lot of the time, even before this. But I think I like that I can, I guess. But I am sorry, Larry.
For what?
That you had to spin in circles too. And not be a person.
Well, it wasn't until I got to be a person that I even knew I didn't like it so much. So.
And Cody kind of laughs at that a bit.
I think I know what you mean.
It's this shell I've got, I maybe I don't know how it is that you got yours, but I kind of made this one myself, and it's the only way I really know how to be around people, so it's real important to me.
Then I'll make sure that I do not jostle so much.
Huh. Yeah, no worries. You just stay comfy, and I'll get you where you need to go. You like chocolate, or do you like gummies, or what? And it's at that point, it's like, we have arrived at the candy shop.
Cody is suddenly like completely sidetracked by that question, and they go, and I think they forget to stay quiet for a bit. They kind of go, gummies, or then there's.
I can just imagine them like behind his mask. You would see their eyes like pressing up behind his mouth.
Yeah. I think for a moment, Larry, you see this one antenna kind of like poking up in your vision of sight, like over one eye, and it's all because they're all perked up and excited, and but yeah,
despite his anxiety about this offer, it's like he's not going back on that offer. Get this kid something nice because they deserve it.
Larry, you good egg.
Shush, no. He's jaded and unaffected and world weary. This nihilist. He's not good with people. Shut up.
Such a nihilist. What candy do you want? I think Cody kind of remembers himself after a little bit, and they poke their antennae back down. But you see they have kind of they're staring at a lot of the rock candy.
He will go over and start rattling through it and goes, ah, yes. And granite sugar. You like, you like certain flavors, or?
And Cody thinks for a bit. I like. I think I like the blue. M1A likes apple. Like apple flavor. I do not know what the blue flavor is, though.
I'm pretty sure it's blue.
Okay. Okay, the flavor is blue.
Yeah, yeah. He picks out a few of each, and then a couple other ones. Probably some for Cody and M1A, and then he's getting some treats for Shorts Kid and Snailian later.
Yeah. I think Cody also kind of goes, "Oh, Larry friend, do you have a favorite?"
Oh, I'm not that big on sweets myself.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't feel much, I don't taste much, so it's all just sort of fuel for the body.
Cody nods. Oh, fuel is still important.
Yeah, I guess. He like picks out a thing, like a little baggie of jawbreakers. Like, this'll do.
Cody's never seen jawbreakers before and does not know their function either, so they're kind of like,
oh, okay.
And he makes sure to pay first, and then makes sure to slot in a piece of rock candy through his mouth for them to take.
Cody accepts it, but then kind of pauses a little bit and goes,
Larry, I am going to put this away for now, because I think if I eat it now, I will jostle a lot.
Yeah. You know what? That's smart. Look at you, eating in moderation. And he gives like a little. he would give them like a little pat on the head or on the shoulder or something, but they're inside him, so he just gives a little pat on the chest.
I was picturing him patting himself on the head.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's a different definition of pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
And he goes, I know, you've been real scared about everything out there, but I don't know. I wanted to maybe give you a little reminder about all the stuff you're missing out on out here.
And I think Cody, they go kind of quiet. And you hear Larry, I'm sorry, but you hear a small sniff.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well,
Okay.
I I will say, like I was saying before, I didn't like to hang out in one place too long, and at first I thought it was because I didn't really care about much, and didn't like just didn't like holding still. But I think now that I've settled in and kind of like it here, I think some of it was because the idea of losing something nice is kind of scary.
And I think Cody, you feel emotion, and you think Cody's just kind of wiped their helmet.
Aww.
And they go,
It's really scary because I had no idea it could be this nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird to realize how nice things can be. Um, you know, Cody, we've only really hung out once a while ago before this, but you know, even if it's really scary and things might get real bad, I just I want you to know, I'm 1A and the professor and your other friends and me. We're here for you, and we're looking out for you, you know? You don't gotta you don't gotta deal with all the scary stuff by yourself. You just want to protect M1A from being worried, but I think they'd be happy if you counted on them too.
and Cody takes a deep breath.
I wish I was. I wish I was just a little bit braver. But I wish I was a little bit braver. I think.
Yeah.
But if I can't be brave on my own, then it's a good thing I can talk to people like you, Larry.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I can talk to people like M1A, which I should. Yes. Okay. Can we go to Dodo Studios, Larry?
Yeah, let's do it. And he hesitates for a second, and to the outside, it maybe looks like he's old or something, but he wraps his like one arm around his torso and gives it a little squeeze as just a little comforting pat.
Oh my god. Cody.
But yeah.
Cody like jumps a little bit at that because but you feel a small pat pat from inside.
Yeah, Larry heads to the studio. I think as soon as he gets in, like some of the owls like try to pull him off to be like, "Oh, Larry, we were looking for someone to take care of this," and he's like, "No, no, 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 right now." He sort of has to pick his way through the familiar faces.
Yeah.
Usually he's fine doing whatever for people because he's got, what else is he gonna do with his time? He's like busy.
Sorry, busy.
And yeah. Also, a nice thing about being inside Larry, he's tall, so even with people kind of rushing him, don't worry, you are not getting bumped around in there. You are being carried above eye level.
Yeah.
I do want, I guess, I don't even know what kind of role this would be, but I guess like I want to figure out if something happens to cause light show.
Oh. It could be maybe hang on, maybe I can do a wisdom save as to Cody like noticing the owls below them and peering harder to try and get a better look at them without knowing that they're pushing against the mask.
Yeah.
It's a wisdom save of 9.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think because of that, just like them unconsciously trying to get a better view of what's happening, it makes a few of the owls jump back as they're like, "Wait a freaking second!" Larry face real?
Larry face real? Larry face reveal? And I think whenever Cody realizes that, oh, they have a really clear view of the owls now. I don't think Larry can see anything.
No, he is unaware, so he's just like, oh, they got the message and backed off. Cool. And he is heading in the direction of where he left M1A, but honestly, he's like, I don't know. But they might still be there. I have no idea if they actually were able to move the paint cans or if they're still dragging them.
Well, one sec, actually. Larry,
what did you roll? How's it going?
So I rolled a 7. You see a trail of paint. And you see for like maybe 5 meters down the hall towards like one of the prop storage closets, M1A is in their UFO form, and they're just kind of dozing on top of the paint can. They tried.
Oh, bless.
They tried.
They did try. You did a great job.
And I'm gonna see if they notice this strange creature coming towards them. Perception. What's their perception like? It's not bad. 10 perception. They initially kind of perk up upon seeing your approach and go, oh, hello. Oh, Larry friend. Oh, how are you? Ooh.
Hey.
Cody friend?
Oh.
I'm
He pokes his mask up a little bit so that Cody can poke out underneath.
I think Saru was operating under the assumption that Cody's head was still there.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's like lifting it so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they're yeah.
And they come on out and they go, oh, Cody, you're out. You're out of the house. Hello. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you sick? And they literally just have like their hands on either side of Cody's helmet, like, are you sick? Are you all right? And they're checking them over, lifting up an arm, lifting up a wing. How did you fit in there? Oh, what's the matter? You made it here. I'm really relieved. And Cody, they've gone quiet again. But they seem very intense.
Larry, he will stoop down to pick up the paint can, and he'll go, we picked up some new records on the way here. How about we head into storage? It's a little more private, and maybe listen to some tunes while Cody, you want to catch M1A up on what's been happening?
And Cody takes a deep breath, and they nod and say, yeah, okay. Let's go, M1A. I did not mean to make you worry. And I think we head over to the storage closet.
To be clear, it is a big storage space.
Yeah. I think they've been there before. At least I think.
Yeah.
They've all been there before. And Cody heads in, and M1A heads in, and M1A's gone quiet now. Because, what's this about?
Larry, he's sticking close, but he is, giving them space, not gonna rush Cody into it, but he is trying to find where is the record player. It's somewhere around here. Let's see.
You hear some muffled you hear a muffled and then while you're looking for a record player, you hear... No, I'm going to detail this, sorry. Cody quietly rings their fingers and they go, I met someone the other day. Oh? Yes? And they had a lot of information. Yes? M1A, I think
we too are mere sparks, but I think there are many. We too are only two mere sparks, but there are many sentries here with us. And M1A is quiet for a moment. And they go, many centuries. Many centuries. And M1A is quiet again, and they go, please excuse me. And this is a large room. They're going to go into the corner. They see a box. They go inside, and they put it on top of themselves. And you hear a loud kind of synthesized asterisks. And then they pop the box off and they float back to Cody. And for a moment they are silent and they say, sentries. The great machine has sent sentries here. Cody, why didn't you say sooner? Cody, friend, if there are sentries here, then, why didn't you tell me? Why, I do not understand. Why? And Cody is kind of curling in on themselves because, like, oh, this is kind of what they were dreading. Cody, you could have told me straight away, and it would. Why didn't you?
At this point, I think Larry comes back with the record player, sets it down on the table, pulls out the kids' music record.
Oh, yeah.
He takes a very deep breath before setting it in. And he goes, I have found sometimes, it's just me, I don't know nothing. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm not to brag or anything, but I'm kind of like a strong guy. And...
and both UFOs in the midst of this conversation both turn to Larry like very confused.
And I think that just sometimes it makes me think like, oh, right, I can handle it. I don't need to worry about my friends about nothing. I'm a strong dude. But I think anytime I actually, like, let my friends know what's up, and then I'm like, oh my god. Like, I can handle it by myself, but man, it is so much easier to just let people know that I'm doing something. That's just me. I don't know. You want me to start with A side or B side?
um, um, Cody turns to M1A and they say, I'm sorry. I know Tally friend has told me to not handle things on my own. I know now Larry friend has told me, but it's so difficult when you're really scared. And M1A takes a deep breath and they sigh. They go, affirmative. I know. If I did not ask for help, then you would not be here. You would not be talking to me right now. So, this is number 3. No, this is the third source of this theorem. The hypothesis is it is good to ask others for help to bear such a large thing. You have heard it from me, you have heard it from Tallyfriend, and now you have heard it from Larry. But I understand. Observation, it is difficult to talk when you are afraid. And then they look over to Larry and go, If I recollect, there is a nice song on the B-side.
Got it. And I will say, it is always easy to, I guess the turn of phrase is it's easier said than done. It's real easy to tell people that you can count on others. It's a lot harder to remember to actually do it. And puts the needle to the record and lets it start.
Yeah. I think it's just a nice kind of it's a blues song, but it's a sweet one.
Yeah.
And Larry, I think you feel a small weight on your head as M1A retracts into UFO mode and sits on your head. And Cody is going to take a moment, and they're going to just kind of, in their winged mode, sit on your shoulder. And they're going to quietly just sit and listen.
Yeah. He makes himself comfortable. And I think, he just sits and listens with them. It's a nicer track than he expected.
And I think as Cody starts to hum along, we pan out of the storage closet into Dodo Studios. We see something hovering quietly in the bushes outside with green eyes, and they tilt their head and they zip off. And I think that's where we're gonna end it. Oh. cow.
Oh boy. Eehoo.
Eehoo.
That was very hold soft.
Yeah. Oh.
I care these UFOs very much.
I care this banjo shadow man's a whole lot.
Yeah. Oh, that was a big step for Larry, but
Yeah.
also oops, he cares about small people.
Yeah, oops. You're small? You're small? Oh no, I care for you now.
Uh-oh. He needs to protect. It is hardwired into him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with all that, thank you so much everyone for listening.
Thank you guys so much for listening. It was if for listeners for the present and the future, thank you so much.
Yeah. And
we will see you next time.
Yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side. Pew pew, cool guys.
Pew pew, cool guys. Pew pew, bye.
Pew.